It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
So good to be with you again, everybody. The NBA season has now hit its stride. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith on 2K Sports. Our featured matchup tonight in Chicago, where the Bulls will be going up against the Memphis Grizzlies. And for Memphis, 5-5 over their last 10 games, but they're not satisfied with 500 ball, looking to tack one onto the win tally tonight. And as we come up to the midway point of the season, Kenny, we're seeing some of the veterans who started slower now picking up the pace.
Well, I think early on, a lot of times, if you've been in the playoff for some veterans, the early going in the season is a little mundane. But then as you start seeing the light at the tunnel, they don't pace themselves anymore. And you want to make sure that you're in playoff position to make something special happen at the end of the year.
Excellent use of the word mundane, by the way. How about you, Shaq?
Well, Monday, experience told me when you need to go hard and when you need to pull back. You know, the best veterans will be there when it matters the most.
That's mundane, not
okay. I thought he said Monday.
Like mundane Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Got it, my bad.
Two different things.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
It's a road game for the Grizzlies, and they're facing an interconference matchup in today's game. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. And Tony Allen's teammates are all smiles as he returns to the lineup after being out.
You know what, Kevin? It's quite cool for us to be here for his first game back. And I'll tell you something else. Any fears they had about his injury having ill effects on the team were swept aside pretty quickly when they began to play so well without him. They really didn't suffer in his absence very much at all.
And really it says something about the character of this group. I mean, they've shown that resiliency and held their ground. Now, this should make them even stronger.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Allen and Green are the wings. Zach Randolph is out there with Steven Adams. And it's Speedy in at the 1 spot. Here's Speedy after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Mirotic against Randolph. The shot is off. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
And you know what? A shame that either team had to lose that game because you had to be proud of the way they battled in it.
Yeah, I suppose that's right, but it still was heartbreaking. I mean, you hate to lose in OT, no matter how hard you played. You want to come out on top if you're going to play those extra minutes.
Adams, the pass to Allen. Here's Speedy. Randolph a screen. Jeff Green on the wing. Three-pointer. Shot's good. Green's got himself on the board with 3 there.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
And guys, Jeff Green, by every measure of athleticism and skill, should have become one of the game's better small forwards, but inconsistency has plagued him throughout his career.
And Kevin, I always go back to something my college coach told me. The mental to the physical is 4-to-1 in this game. And so through those 7 full seasons, he's teased everyone with that talent. And then it does suddenly disappear. And there's no other way to describe it other than the fact that it is mental. He hasn't been able to sustain it in terms of the consistency, and that's why he hasn't fulfilled his potential.
Vucevic, he hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Vucevic has got his first points of the game. there in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Here's Speedy. He had 19 points in the win against Washington. Passes it to Green. And Adams gets to Green. 6 to shoot. Tries it from 19. Randolph can't get that one to fall.
You know, with Jeff Green, the one thing you can say about him is he's been durable, especially since he'd had the unforeseen heart issue in 2011 for which he needed season-ending surgery. Since then, over the past 3 full seasons, he's played in 81, 82, and 78 games.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
Bulls trail by 3. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Fred Hoiberg. What'd you find out, DB?
Kevin, when I asked him about their game plan on the defensive end, he said they were looking to clog things up in the middle of the floor and not allow any clear looks at the basket from inside the paint. He feels if they can accomplish that, they'll have the upper hand on defense. Let's see how it plays out, Kevin.
And thanks for that story, Doris. And so here's Memphis, following the 3 from Nikola Mirotic. Goes up at the stripe. Green, no luck.
And talking about Jeff Green, I'm rooting for him. I mean, I'm rooting for him to finally put it all together, to gain and maintain the confidence, and really to fulfill the vast potential we all know that he had.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here's Adams. Misses off the left iron. For Chicago, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Mirotic, the screen. There's the double team with Randolph. Levine can't hit.
The clear look at the hoop, he doesn't miss many of those.
Speedy the pass to Randolph. Vucevic with the block. There's the dish to Levine. Fires from deep. Green with the rebound.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
Free throw good, Green.
And with Thibs, he did end up getting fired from the Bulls this past season. Some saw it coming, but still, I think surprising given the level of success he had. His imprint is all over this Bulls team in the way they approach the game.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
And when you look at how Thibs got fired, I mean, there are a lot of reasons why a coach can be let go. I mean, he didn't have any performance issues, but apparently clashed in some form or fashion with the front office. Sometimes that's all it takes to be asked to go somewhere else.
So it's the Grizzlies now. The Bulls getting the bucket. They set the pick. The 17-footer. No good off the back of the rim.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert. Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Here's Speedy after the Bulls pick up 2. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Speedy's got his second bucket.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Now, here's Vucevic. And that one's good.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside make them beat you from deep.
Here's Green after the made shot from Nikola Vucevic. Adams outside. From deep. No good. Nice D from DeRozan.
Well, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Boy, they've come out of that locker room with the hot hand. Those jumpers have been falling for them.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
Free throw good, Levine.
Hey, for Zach LaVine, the dunk contest last season was his coming out party to the world. He put on a show that everybody in the NBA was buzzing about.
And so Levine nails both of them. And for Levine and his dunking, if you saw him in college or last season, you knew he was a very special player in the air.
Well, Levine can be one of the great all-time dunkers with his height and ability to lift off. He gets airborne so effortlessly that there are few that can match his power and finesse once he's airborne.
The Grizzlies trail by 7. Here's Speedy. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now. Allen outside. Vucevic with the block. Out to the right wing. Levine. And the Bulls with another miss.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And another miss by Memphis. Chicago leading by 9. On the wing, DeRozan. Again, Chicago.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Here's Randolph, following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Here's the screen. Randolph passes to Speedy. Shot to stop the run. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
But sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing. On that possession, they were all over him on the perimeter.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And guys, for Zach LaVine, once he finally got comfortable last season, boy, did he heat up. He shot 42% over his rookie year, but 47% over the last month. And I think that gave him a lot of confidence as he's entering into year 2.
And he makes the first. You know, as Greg was talking about, LaVine was a lights-out shooter at times in college. He would go on these binges, falling back Clark from 25 feet and draining it. I mean, unreal shots.
Well, it looks good when they're going down, but he also can binge shoot you out of a game. So you pick your poison.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Gerald Green comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Ball. Last season, Memphis fell late and would end up with the 5th seed in the NBA playoffs. Only one of 2 teams to make the playoffs each of the last 5 seasons, along with the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, and they were a team that nobody wanted to play. Memphis drew Portland in that first round, and even though they were the 5th seed, they had home court advantage. They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Now here's Wright. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game.
You know, guys, Memphis waltzed through the first round against Portland. The second round, a lot tougher against Golden State. They went up 2-1 in that series, but couldn't hold on to that lead.
And here's the fast break. Udrih leading the way. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see. And guys, Memphis would lose 2 of their 3 games at home against Golden State. So things got tough with the Conley injury and missing Tony Allen as well. But they did put up a good fight, ultimately, though, falling in 6 games to the Warriors.
Aaron Brooks, he's checked in for Levine. That free throw from Lee is good.
And injuries, once again, were a central theme of the Bulls' season last year. Losing Rose was one thing, but then having Jimmy Butler lose a lot of time put them in such a tough spot.
And Nikola Vucevic is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Now Udrih. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Picked by Lee. Here's Udrih. He dishes it to Lee. The jump hook uses the glass to drop it in. Lee's got his second bucket tonight. And for the Bulls and injuries, a lot of teams plan for these type of things. There's only so much Clark you can do to mitigate losing your starting backcourt.
But I tell you, great respect and admiration for the Bulls for how they fought through the difficulty. I mean, their front court did what they could. The injuries, once again, I thought turned the Bulls from championship contenders to just a playoff team.
Here's Udrih after the made shot from Nikola Vucevic. Wright sets a screen. There's Lee with the 3. Nice D from Brooks.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
Mirotic has a wide open look. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
He couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
Now here's Lee. A 14-point game for him in the win against Washington.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates.
Rose against Lee. Rose attacking, and he banks in the layup. Rose has got his first bucket in this one.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
And Memphis making a change here. Exum's checked in. Here's Udrih. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And Randolph now top of the key. Lee dishes to Randolph. To halt the run. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
Kevin, not a single point in this quarter for him. Obviously, not what they need right now. He's got to score.
Pass to Rose. Mirotic sets the screen for Rose. This one for 3. Mirotic's shot is off. The Grizzlies trail by 13. Exum kicks to Randolph. Courtney Lee is on the wing. 3-pointer. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Pass to Mirotic. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And it's Rose penetrating. Battles through traffic and lays it in.
Well, they've yet to string many stops together.
It just seems like they're a step slow today.
Now Udrih, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Outside Randolph. Got it off in time. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. It's Chicago. They lead by 12. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And a moment now to hear from Steven Adams as he reflects back on a life growing up as the youngest of 18 children back in New Zealand.
So, like, the youngest over there has to do everything, like all chores, pretty much 18 years of being rookie. That's pretty much all it is, and people just beat you up for no reason.
Hard to imagine growing up in such a huge family, but it sounds like maybe it prepared him for life in the NBA.
Yeah, got him outside of himself and toughened him up a little bit. No question about that. Wow, 18, that's mind-boggling.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And the Bulls guys have been rolling right along, haven't they?
I just don't know that you're going to see a better quarter defensively than what we saw in the first.
Really a big part of why they're on top here. The defense has been on point.
So on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. Allen is out there with Brandon Wright. Then it's Exum. Then there's Speedy. And it's Adams. And at the pivot spot, manning the middle. The first one falls. Clark, Brandon Wright was moving all over the league last year, all over the map, traded twice, once from Dallas to Boston, then again sent to Phoenix where he finished up the season.
Kevin, he was only with Boston for 8 games after the trade. He seemed to find a better home when he was with Phoenix.
He's off on the second.
And for Wright, being traded twice, he's one of those players that is so efficient, but in small doses. So really the ultimate bench guy to come in and give you minutes in the post.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
A baseline J. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Mirotic has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
You know, I think that will ultimately be Wright's role going forward. A great bench option. Despite all the trades, last year he was still extremely efficient as a scorer.
Here's Speedy following the score by Derrick Rose. Kicks to Exum. Over to the left wing. Right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Allen passes to Wright, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
The Grizzlies trail by 15. Here's Speedy. And a great job by the D contesting that shot and forcing the miss. Here's Ball. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Yeah, guys, I mean, he's been a very steady hand for them when it comes to his free throw shooting.
Chicago making a switch here. Levine's checked in. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Speedy. The pass to Exum. Dishes it to Adams. Memphis moving that ball around. There's the screen. The drive by Green. 6 on the shot clock. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Stolen by Levine. Passes the ball. The 3. And that one's good. Ball has got 8.
This is crazy. Every shot they're taking right now is finding the mark.
Literally every shot, partner. I mean, they just aren't missing.
You know, he just like every other coach can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside. And boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, well, they're getting pummeled in there. So you've got to figure out a way to make some adjustments to try to change that around, and that's why he needed the timeout.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Here's Speedy, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
It's hard to believe that he's a point guard. I mean, he can power those dunks down as well as any big man in the league.
If not better, he's a phenomenal finisher.
Enjoy seeing that kind of bounce out of that spot on the floor.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Big step last year for Vucevic's offense, Clark. Unstoppable at times, both on the blocks and facing up.
Vucevic is a real outstanding future all-star front courter. Rebounds at a high rate in traffic and out of his area. Finishes, faces up. This kid has a lot of upside. I really like his game.
And talking about Vucevic's development last season, he's also had the highest assist average of his career. He's a good decision maker on the floor, knows when to take it himself, and knows when to kick it to cutters and spot up shooters.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
You know, and getting back to Vucevic, I mean, he's at an age where he may only get better. Averaged nearly 20 points a game last year after averaging only 14 the year before. That was an incredible leap in production, and I think it's one that'll continue.
On the wing, DeRozan. Feeds it to Levine. Picked by Vucevic. It's stolen by Adams, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Chicago leading by 18. Stolen by Allen. Here's Exum. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. And that one misses.
And, you know, guys, Dante Exum is such a fluid, versatile athlete. Really shows great promise. Has tremendous size and length for a point guard. Can also play the two. His rookie season last year, though, a mixed bag.
Well, look, league business clearly doing well. Franchises, values are skyrocketing, and a new TV deal kicking in next season as well. It represents the largest expansion of league revenues in history.
Here's Speedy. 6 points for him. Exum kicks to Adams. And the wide open shot from Green. And it's off from three-point range.
He hit a three in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
It's DeRozan with the drive. Can't hit from in close. And the NBA's TV deal paying about 3 times as much per year as the previous deal.
And it's changing the math as far as the salary cap and contract negotiations go. For the fans out there, don't get sticker shock. The players expect to share in these revenues.
Here's Mirotic, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Jeff Green picks one up. Well, what a season it was for Mirotic last year. Came on stronger for the Chicago Bulls. Continued to improve. Effective in the playoffs. Really a joy to watch in his first year.
And interesting, so much hype going into the season was about Dougie McDermott.
Yes.
And whether or not he was going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year. It ended up being Mirotic. Most years, he could have walked away with that award.
For Mirotic, he was most valuable late in games, guys. From March on, he led the league in fourth quarter points per game.
Dunleavy's checked in for Chicago. And Memphis also making a switch. Randolph has checked in. And so Mirotic nails both of them.
And for that note about Mirotic, in the fourth, he outscored LeBron and Westbrook that month. That's impressive for any player, much less a rookie.
Here's Speedy. 6 points for him. Left side, Adams. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
That's his second personal foul.
Kiwi Steven Adams, one of the toughest players down on the block.
And Kevin Adams is not afraid to get under somebody's skin. He's pretty strong defensively, too.
One shot, gentlemen.
Free throw good, Adams.
And, you know, guys, that's one of the things I like about Adams. I mean, he'll draw the ire of opposing players just because of how he approaches the game.
Now, here is Mirotic. 10 points for him.
Yeah, and guys, Adams doesn't want to be known as a dirty player. I mean, I think he feels he plays aggressive and he hustles, and that sometimes rubs players the wrong way. And as good as Vucevic is on offense, guys, he's doing everything he can to catch up on his defense. Huge size and wingspan works to his advantage, although the subpar athleticism hinders him a bit. But, for example, he's averaged less than 1 block per game for his career, mostly because even though he's a 7-footer, he plays well below the rim.
And both free throws good for Vucevic. Well, and to Vucevic's point, big problem throughout his career, Clark, has been getting into foul trouble.
Yeah, it's tough. He's aggressive and sometimes out of position. Coaches are asking him to be aggressive, but he has to learn how to do that without fouling. That's the next step in his progression. And some of it is anticipation, so you're not in position to foul.
There's the feed to Dunleavy. Mirotic inside. He's against Randolph. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Allen.
The offense has a better flow, and it actually looks better here in the second quarter.
It does. They're playing with a little bit more bounce in their step and trying to close this gap.
Vucevic and the Bulls with another miss.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
But they'll get another chance. Here's Speedy. He has 6. He feeds it to Randolph. Just 5 on the clock. Randolph a screen. Allen for the 3. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And now let's bring you the list of the top 3-point shooting teams over the course of the past 10 games. The Bulls third.
They've been really pleased, Kevin, with their 3-point game. It's working better for them thanks to some adjustments they've made in their transition game.
Now the dish to Levine. To the paint. Vucevic to the pass to Mirotic. The Grizzlies pull it in. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Well, that was a very physical game, and I think that plays into their hands. So a lot of their points came at the foul line.
And it also led to a lot of foul trouble for some of the key guys they were up against. So we can't forget about that part of it either.
Here are the Grizzlies with the ball. They're on a 15-5 run here. And Adams kicks to Exum. Misses the 3. The Bulls leading by 11. Ball defended by Allen. Ball, the pass to Mirotic. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Well, there you go. I mean, if they're going to keep giving up open jumpers, they're going to keep getting burned.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Pass to Randolph. Fires from 14. The shot is off. And it's Chicago the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 21.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Shot from 12. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10. The Grizzlies trail by 15. Stolen by Levine. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. And the basket good. And that's now 10 points for Bowler.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Here's Speedy. 6 points for him. He kicks it to Adams. He dishes it to Exum. 5 on the clock. That's short off the rim. The Bulls leading by 17. One bit of news for the Grizzlies last year is that they acquired a single affiliation deal with a Clark D-League team, which you think is going to help us.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that team is the Iowa Energy. They're sole partner now with the Iowa Energy. Good move by the team in what is becoming a growing trend in the NBA.
And for Memphis and the D-League, they made the most of it. Set 3 players for a total of 14 assignments with the Energy, and that's how you make the most of an affiliate.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
You know, considering the Grizzlies and their D-League partnership, it really makes sense for the franchise. Memphis has always been a place where they grow their own talent. A lot of good players have come out of Memphis. Not a lot of big names signed in free agency by the Grizzlies.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Green, he's checked in for Mirotic. Brooks comes in for Zach Levine, and Derrick Rose is subbed in for Ball. Memphis also making some changes. Brandon Wright's checked in for Adams. Lee comes in for Allen. And it's Udrich in for Dante Exum. And he gets the bucket.
That is an elegant move to drop in the floater there, guys.
Here's Speedy. 8 points for him. Right wing. Now Udrich. Denied. And they'll keep possession. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And it's the Bulls with the ball. 17-point game. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That'll be the final game of this 5-game homestand. And now the Grizzlies, fast break. Udrich has got the ball.
Well, a chance to check out Beno Udrich here. How last month turned out for him. He's putting up about 5 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
He certainly knows his role, and he gives you some good minutes. That's really all you can expect from him at this point.
And he makes the first.
And Beno Udrich, a 6'3" lefty combo guard out of Yugoslavia. He can run the pick and roll and has really improved from mid-range. Can square up and bury it at a moment's notice.
Udrich hits them both. And Udrich lacks the quickness, Clark, to stay with most point guards defensively.
Yeah, just by a step or two, and that's why he's better defending 2 guards. He does a much better job when he's matched.
Now, I would say that's a special occasion for a slam right there,
well,
Kevin.
What kind of occasion are you talking about? Why was he saving that one? My goodness.
Guys, I'm so glad I was here to witness that with you guys.
Randolph a screen, and a wide open look for Lee. Drills it from outside. Lee's got 11.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And Green gets it to go.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
1:43 left in the first half of the game. Wright sets a screen. Back to Randolph. Rebound by Rose.
He's really lacking in confidence out there. 0 field goals made so far in this game.
Pass to Brooks. Bulls moving the ball around. Fires the three. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Brooks has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The Grizzlies trail by 19. Outside, Randolph launches it. Chicago grabs the miss. Brooks dishes to Rose. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Derrick Rose, unbelievable spirit. We know about his toughness, has fought through injuries of all kinds that might cause a lesser competitor to hang up his sneakers.
And competitor, that's the word, Kevin. I mean, he was impossible to outcompete at the high school level, the college level, and now in the pros.
Free throw, good, Rose.
And, you know, back to D. Rose for a moment. He drives the lane now as hard as he did before the injuries. It's a level of fearlessness that only a few guys possess. And it's not teachable. You either have it or you don't.
DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Mike Dunleavy. The Grizzlies also making a change. Green, he's checked in for Speedy. That one is no good.
And, you know, back to D. Rose, he grew up in a brutally dangerous neighborhood on Chicago's south side. Some of that fearlessness, that competitiveness he exhibits was learned early on out of necessity.
Another bucket in the paint, that's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Green, no luck.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Brooks misses. Memphis has gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let them fly. Kept alive. Randolph kicks to Udrih. It'll count. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. It's the Bulls as they end the second quarter with a huge surge, an 18-7 run. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Hi, Kevin. I'm here with Derek. And Derek, what are the most important things you've done defensively tonight to help your offensive approach?
Contesting their shots. They're a great three-point shooting team. We're just contesting it, getting out and run. That's our favorite thing to do. Get out, run. We got big second runs, shooters on the floor, so open the floor up a little bit.
Derek, always explosive in transition. Thank you. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome, everyone. We'll be taking a look back at what was clearly a one-sided first half of action. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Chicago holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what do you think?
They looked like they were playing an easy game of pitch and catch out there. The playmakers and finishers were in sync on every level. The assist disparity, now that was big. Now that's the reason why it's a blowout right now, and they played well.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
Ernie, they are way too weak defensively in the paint. They're getting walked over down low, giving up a ton of points. Barbecue chicken everywhere, with the sauce, without the sauce. We're having a Thanksgiving feast in here. That's a recipe for disaster. They cannot keep letting guys drive the lane, layups, lobs. Defense is weak, Ernie.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.